And once again, welcome to Carnegie and thank you for being here today. My name is Ramon Moss. I'm the principal here. And as I said earlier, I believe you picked the best school in the universe. So show of hands if you attended Carnegie previously during our Magnet Awareness or our orientation. Show of hands. All right, very good. Show of hands if this is your very first time visiting the campus. Anyone? All right, very good. Welcome. And thank you all once again for being here. Let's give the PTO a round of applause for providing the refreshments, coffee and donuts. And please, this is not like a formal thing. Please help yourself to any of the refreshments over here. In just a few minutes, I'm going to introduce some of the other key personnel here at Carnegie. I know that you know the name Lamia Mumni, who is our magnet coordinator. You probably received maybe 1,000,005 emails trying to get you acclimated to Carnegie. But at this point, I want to turn things over to the PTO. And if you have any questions, we're here to field those questions and answer them. Ms. Mumni, myself, and all of the executive board of the PTO. So as of right now, I'm going to turn things over to our PTO president, Maria Calzada.
Thank you, Principal Moss. So who is left? Raise your hand if you have a new student at Carnegie coming in. Okay. Raise your hand if you have a second or third or fourth year student coming in. Okay, so most people are new or have a new student. Welcome. Okay, so my name is Maria Calzada, and I just had a student graduate from Carnegie successfully, go all 4 years, and is a freshman in college, so it can be done. He is happy, he's healthy, he's whole. So we're all good. And we decided to do it again. I have a freshman coming in. So 0 regrets. This school has a lot to offer. You all know that because you decided to bring your kids here. It is very different from many other schools, as you already know. It's different, not just because of the rigor, because there are a lot of rigorous schools available to you, but it is also different because we are lifers. The people who come to work here are so dedicated. The faculty, the staff, everyone who comes here, you're going to find out are incredibly dedicated, not only to your students, but also to this idea and this institution, which is very unique. Having had 2 kids in HISD from pre-K, I can tell you that it's refreshing and it makes it well worth your time and effort to participate in PTO. So I'm a PA, so I do work, I have a profession, and I'm actually an infectious disease specialist. And so even during COVID, where we were incredibly busy, and at a time when I really could have easily said, yeah, no, I'm really busy, it's when I got even more involved. So PTO is, we're working every day to make it more welcoming to every single kind of parent. So if you're the parent that's here now because, or guardian, grandparent, if you've got the kids, you know, if you're an aunt or uncle and you're that aunt or uncle that is the one that can bring the kids because the guardian is working, whatever. If you are here representing a guardian that works night shifts and is asleep right now, or who works 7 days on and 7 days off, whatever it is, we can use your help. Okay, your time, your talent, your money, whatever it is, because your kids are going to get really busy really fast. And I know as a GT parent, you're used to being very, very involved because that's what we do. That's how we got our kids here. But this is going to be hard, but you're going to have to start backing off and letting them get in there and learn to be college students by the time they graduate. They are really, really prepared for college by the time they leave here, but they can only do that if we get out of the way. So you're going to have a lot of nervous energy. We want that. Come to us. Come to us. Give us your energy. Give us your time, and we help make the school better. So I hope that you will listen to our other officers who will talk to you about more specifics. And if you have any questions afterwards, we'll be happy to answer. So our first person who's going to talk is Gary, and she is the VP of Volunteers and Membership.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to re-stress on the fact that we are all going to have a ton of extra energy and nervous energy at that. So first of all, I want to ask everybody in the room today, I did see a lot of parents raise their hands when she asked how many new kids were here. And I actually want to ask, how many of your children you can 100% rely on to get you all the information you need from school? Anyone? All right, good. That's what I thought. You're all being honest. And what I'm here to tell you is that in high school, it actually gets even worse because there's so much stuff going on, right? There's just a lot of stuff for the kids to deal with, and for them to come back and then inform you, yeah, they're not doing it. You expecting them to do it is not happening. So what everybody here in yellow and some of the folks that have over the years tried to stay involved, what we want to do is we want to welcome you into the Carnegie family, because we want to make sure that you're going through this journey with them and you're enjoying their, in some cases, you know, the Final Four. And you want to be part of that. You want to know what's going on. You want to stay involved. And you want to show up where you can. And in elementary school, I got a lot of that. You know, I got when I showed up to drop my kid off, the teachers were telling me about all the events that were going on or where I could come and help. But in high school, after a couple of years, you're not even dropping them off, right? They're making their way. So you see them at breakfast and you see them at dinner, maybe. So this is your family, and we want to keep you involved. We want to make sure that every parent that wants to know what's happening in school, every parent that wants to know how to support their child, every parent, and that's 100% of you here, every parent that needs a support group, we're it. Okay, we're here to answer your questions. We're here to make you feel like you're part of the family. But these 6 or 7 yellow t-shirts cannot do this by ourselves. So we need a lot more help. We need everyone that wants to be in the know, everyone that wants to lend a hand, come up, sign up. It doesn't matter. We will not make you sing. We will not make you dance unless that's your thing. We will put your, sorry.
I said, and then we might option it.
Yeah, there you go. But we have a lot of ideas. We're standing here today because we have a lot of great ideas on how to make this year extra special for all the kids that are going to go through this year. But we need a lot of hands, a lot of help, be that in the way of volunteer hours, be that in the way of donations. And I'm not taking from my next speech, but we take money, we take goods, we take hours, we take, if you have a business that can help out somehow, if you have a generous heart, come talk to me. I will put you to work. That's what these ladies say. So my name is Gari Samlani, and I have a table back there. I can get you signed up. I can make sure that every time we have an event and we need volunteers, that you get an email. I can also make sure that you know where to go to get the right information. So if you're a busy parent, and we have a doctor here, I'm a consultant. I travel all the time. I have a lot of an accountant, a lot of other professions. So we're not stay-at-home moms. And no knock on stay-at-home moms, because that's a challenging job as well. But time is short, right? Time is short for everything we're doing. But an extra hour from everyone in this room adds up to a lot. So come volunteer, at least sign up, and then you can decide whether you can show up on that day or not, but sign up. So I got your name, I got your number, you'll be in the know. And you know, we together are gonna make this a fantastic year for the kids. So thank you for showing up here. All right.
Thank you. Okay, so next we have Mary, and she is our VP of Communications and Information Technology. So she has a lot, she will need help. So I'm gonna put a pitch in.
Thank you, Maria. So I am Mary Matthias, and I'm the VP for Communications and Information Technology. And last year, I performed the role of webmaster. As you all know, it will be natural fit for any Indian IT person. So I took up that role, which you know, it's a stereotype, right? Indians are IT people. So I took up that role and helped the PTO. So you can see the website, which is projected there. So that is being maintained by me along with Maria. We did it last time. And you can see all the quick links there: join PTO and donate, store. If you want to get a quick peek and quickly access the websites, on the left side, you can see all those links. And in the middle, you will see all the recent posts. Like in Facebook, you have the feeds, right? So that is what in the middle section. And on the right, you will see all the social media feeds like Facebook, Instagram, and all those. So on the left side, you will also see all the PTO events, upcoming PTO events, you will see on the left side. So if you have any, if you want to know what events are coming up next, go to this vanguardian.org. You can see those QR code on the table, and you can bookmark it or favorite it. It should be your favorite, actually. So, and you will be able to access any information you will need. There is a lot of information, maybe too much of information. We are trying to streamline it, okay, to make it much better. That is our goal. And as communications VP, my main responsibility is to make sure all the parents get enough, all the required communication, which Gauri and Maria were alluding to. Like, your student may not be informing you, but if you go to all the social media and the website, you will be able to get all the information that is needed. We will try our best to communicate as much as we can to all the parents in all the social media channels. So to keep up with all the millennial parents as well, we are on all the social media platforms. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. So you can like, follow us, subscribe to our channel to get all the information. So all the QR codes are there. Scan it and like, follow, subscribe, okay, for all the immediate information. Where is my phone? Sorry. So how many of y'all are on Facebook? Everybody is moving away from Facebook. Okay. Instagram? Okay, so there is a good population there. So reach out to me for any questions, or if you want to help me with social media communication or anything, please reach out to me. My email ID is communications@cvhs pto.org. By the way, I also have a full-time job in IT, naturally. So that's all. I'm wishing you all a very happy or very exciting year ahead. Thank you.
Okay, and next up we have Danielle Batchelor, who is our VP of Fundraising and Development. Little of this, okay, thank you. And it doesn't work.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Welcome. I have a rising sophomore boy. So I second everything Gardy said about feeling like I didn't know where he needed to be when, and I still drive him. So definitely, if you will get involved, we very much appreciate it. I have I get to do the job this year of sharing with you the fundraising and development piece of this puzzle at CVHS. Our primary fundraiser is the Friends and Family campaign, and that funds pretty much most of what we do outside of what we get from the district and things like that. So there's a whole lot of pieces that are supported through the Friends and Family program. And it's things like the fish camp t-shirts. If your child went to fish camp last year or this year or any other time, the PTO support underwrites those. If there's someone who wanted to go to fish camp and their family was not in a position to pay the fee, the PTO pays for that, and it's anonymous. We don't know who those kiddos are, and they get to go. We put together Thanksgiving meals for members of our community who otherwise maybe wouldn't have that. Let's see, senior awards. We grant awards to seniors as they go off into college and the world. And those come in the form of scholarships to help them get started in their next chapter. What else? Oh yeah, teacher appreciation, all the teacher appreciation stuff. So gift cards for teachers at the end of the year. We help drive supply drives that you'll hear from me about and from us about, just really all kinds of things that make this place run and make it special. And CVHS is a super special place. And the kids I have through another volunteer gig come into contact with a whole lot of seniors going off to college from different schools in the Houston area. And the ones from CVHS, I met, I think 5 this last winter, they're whole. Every last one of them was kind. They're intellectually curious. They have intellectual humility. It's just really remarkable what's happening here. And so despite the fact that it's a rigorous program and all these kids are super talented academically, the staff and the faculty are really focused on helping them grow socially and emotionally as well, which is so important and makes them thrive in academic arenas too. So I just can't say enough good things, and would be ever so grateful for any amount that you're willing to donate. We have a goal of 100% participation. So that means $2, $20,000, whatever you can contribute, it'll help. I guess related to that, we take corporate matches, and there's a whole lot of companies that have an automatic corporate match as long as you trigger it and ask for it. So Mala, she'll speak in just a minute. She is the treasurer, and she makes it super turnkey and has all the documentation you would need to help with your HR and your company, or however that sort of comes together. We also have partnerships in the community. And so if you're already spending money on Amazon, you can go in and signal that you would like donations through the Amazon Smile program to go to CVHS. So a few cents, or I don't exactly remember what the percentage is. I don't know if anyone knows, but a little bit of the money you're spending gets sent to us, and that adds up over time. And you're already spending that money. There's programs with Kroger and Randall's, and all that's on our website. And I think the last thing I wanted to say is that we are largely the group sort of through which the events and the community building and school spirit outside of the actual sports and school events happens. So Stacy Lee is going to come up next and talk about that. But we're going to have some awesome events for parents and students. So thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate your time. Thank you and welcome, everybody. I am a senior parent, and I have a sophomore coming in this year. We got a little bit thrown back with COVID, and I know everybody else has too, and trying to get acclimated back into the school system both the school and the faculty, and of course, the families and parents are all readjusting to what we're dealing with and trying to get, put it into the community. And I know as coming in this year as a new PTO member, it took me a little bit to try to get adjusted because, it was harder to come into the school. You didn't see faces. You didn't really are able to greet people one-on-one. And that was really important, I think, for me coming in this year to try to address some of those opportunities for our families to really feel like this is a home. And this is a place where they can call for support. They can call for, assistance in every way. So it was important for me to put together, I guess, an exciting plan coming in for this year for the students and the families. And so my part this year is to initiate and start social gatherings again, for us to get together, for us to, communicate and talk about the things and experiences that we're dealing with here in the school and just everyday life in general. And I think that becomes a huge part of, our community building and reaching out and knowing what our families and our kids are needing on top of just the academics that they're dealing with here in the school. And that's a big part of why it makes Carnegie such a great environment to be in, because the families and the faculties are very dedicated to fitting all the pieces together to making sure that our kids have a whole experience developing and growing up in this environment. And so, I want to be able to invite you guys, and being a part of the volunteers, signing up for PTO gives you access and information to being and getting, in the know and being part of the community and tying in with what's going on. And I know, I think all of us understand if you rely on your kids to give you the information, you're probably getting half bits, right? So social media, we're going to try to really work on that this year and send out all the notices and the events that are going on top of, all the fun things that the kids are experiencing as well. But our first event, hopefully we're going to be able to get that together in November, the parent social get together, and then we'll have a couple going into the spring for both, parents and kids as well. So be on the lookout for that, and we will definitely will be welcoming and expecting you guys to come by and say hello and shake a hand. Thank you so much.
So, Alexandra, do you mind standing up real quickly? Sorry to put you on the spot. So this parent, this woman has single-handedly been managing one of our big events, which is doing basically monthly teacher appreciation lunches for the staff and the faculty, which when you include everybody ends up being 50 something odd people. Yeah, 63. Okay. See, I don't know because I don't do it. She does. And so that is another thing that the money goes towards. Yes. Yes. They are so appreciative, so appreciative. So, speaking of social media, so what we do is we reshare, we post our own things, but then we reshare everything that they post on the Carnegie Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And every time that we do the teacher lunch, they just have tons of pictures. I mean, they're so happy. Something that I'm looking around. We're going to be doing something on Monday and next week. we're going to be, doing something for the first week of school. Just, loading up like their pantry and their bathrooms, just kind of like the teacher and staff private spaces to make it a little bit nice and a respite. So that's something else that the PTO money is going to go towards. And basically, I can't emphasize enough how much these teachers dedicate of their private time. Our students, the students that are here, that have been here, how many students do we still have that are either sophomores, juniors, or seniors? Y'all are here, okay. Just how many of you are in 3 clubs or more? Raise your hand. 4 clubs? 5 clubs? Okay, so I would say on average, the students at Carnegie are in about 4 clubs. There are so many clubs here, and each club has to have a sponsor, a teacher sponsor, a faculty sponsor. So we only have about 35, I think, actual faculty. So imagine if they were not willing to dedicate their time to do that, that couldn't happen. So that is something that you just, I mean, my personal experience. I had one child go to Lanier, one to Pershing. Like they're not that generous for whatever reason, and they're not bad people or bad teachers, but it's something about leadership. It's something about the community. So we try to give back to those teachers. So we really do focus on that. Last but not least, Mala, our treasurer.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mala Gupta. I have a junior and an incoming freshman this year. This is my second year doing the treasurer role. So that board says it all. I deal with money. So you guys can donate in the form of check, and the checks can be dropped in the front. There's a red box. It says PTO box. It's a bright red box which cannot be missed. So any check can be dropped there. You guys can donate online as well. You have any questions, be it regarding a corporate match, any paperwork that needs to be done. I'm not scared of paperwork, so I can fill forms really fast. So please come to me. My email is treasurer@cvhspto.org. And any questions you have ever, please reach out as well. I present financials every month on the PTO general meetings. There is a whole, I believe financial has a transparency, so any question can be asked, and if I don't know the answer right away, I will definitely get back to you. And everything needs money. From buying a small pen to a donut to a t-shirt to anything in the school, everything needs money. So please donate. And as it was mentioned by the team, our biggest fundraiser is our friends and family. So every dollar counts. We have different levels. We are still working on changing the levels this year, modifying, tweaking them, but every cent, every dollar is welcome from you all. And that's about it. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming here.
Okay, and then want to introduce Marlo, who's helping us record on backup. We will be posting this. She is our parliamentarian and backup brain. And then our secretary, Aparna, and she couldn't be here, but so that's the executive board, but we all work together with our committee chairs and various volunteers. I see a lot of faces that already were here who helped. I want to particularly thank the fathers that step up. I know that that's not the traditional role. This is not a traditional school. Again, I'm going to say, dads, where are you? We don't need you just to build shelves and whatnot. Like, I know that's a lot of the times what people at PTOs ask dads, like, come, lift a heavy thing. No, come do exactly what we're doing. You're welcome on the board. You're welcome, we don't bite. So Krishna came to our fish camp. We need male chaperones. Thank you. Thank you. Without male chaperones, we can't do things like overnight camps with male students. And I don't know if you know this, but we have male students. This is a co-ed campus. So that's important. Okay, so we'll quit talking at you soon. So I just want to point out, we've got open house on Thursday. Details as per Principal Moss, whatever he says, do that. But that's like the next thing besides the first day of school, obviously. Then September 15th is going to be our first PTO meeting. That one is going to be in person to give an opportunity for more of the spirit store sales. We're going to try to restock and possibly get some more items and, just have a little bit more face-to-face time. After that, the plan is to have our monthly meetings over Zoom, because that's when we all get busy and we tend to not have a lot of turnout. We've tried it kind of both ways, and even once things opened up, it was, those of you that did show up will know it was just maybe 6 of us here and everyone else on Zoom. So we're gonna keep those on Zoom, and then come spring, we're gonna have one more in person, and that one will probably coincide with voting for the next year's executive board on April 20th. So there are handouts. This will be posted. Please subscribe to the calendar, which is always tricky. Google, Android, Apple, I know it's a mess, and I'm sorry if it doesn't work very easily, but keep working on it. But please do try to subscribe to the calendar. That way, if something changes, because inevitably something does happen, you will get the change. So that is the main thing. We will be available for questions. That way you can speak to individual people, but does anyone have anything that's pressing for? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So we just got an email from Ms. Ford. She teaches science and coaches the cross-country team. And she said she applied for and received a $3,000 grant from the National Wildlife Federation to install a rain garden, bioswale, and pocket prairie on campus. She runs a class or teaches a class that maintains the ecosystem, yeah, the garden and everything up on the green roof, right? And they spend, I think, I don't know if it's a semester or the whole year tending to that and learning through experiential means. And so she's saying the grant requires a team of teachers, students, and a community member parent. She's got teachers, she'll use the students from her class. She needs a community member parent. So if anyone in this room would be interested in participating in that way, then you can, I guess, maybe contact us at the PTO board, and then we'll circle back with her, or you could reach out directly to Ms. Ford if you know her, or find her email online. I don't know it off the top of my head. Jamie.ford@houstonisd.org. Okay, all right. Thank you for letting me interrupt.
That is a good reminder. That class is excellent. It's only for seniors for the most part, but it is fantastic. Something that Coach Ford did mention to me is that we've been having some problems with irrigation. She lost many plants. She'd gotten a grant a few years ago to populate green roof and a lot of these areas. And so thousands of dollars worth of grant money was lost because of the irrigation problem. So that may be something that as a PTO, we may want to decide as a big project to try to address. So we can do big things like that, because all of the kids enjoy that, because they can eat lunch basically anywhere. And that's one of the places that they eat lunch. So anyways, any questions kind of globally, or shall we break?
Let's hear it for our PTO. So as you've heard, the PTO just does spectacular things for Carnegie Vanguard High School. So I thank you tremendously. There's always something for our parents to be involved in. As you heard, from attending fish camp as a chaperone to assisting with magnet awareness tours. It's just so many different things, and we certainly welcome your participation. You see that our executive board is very fashionable today, I might add. And if you and your students would like to be fashionable, we are selling swag in the PTO store. So on your way out, make a left, and you'll see our PTO store where you can buy all kind of swag items. They look fashionable like our PTO. All right. So I know that it is Saturday, but you are in school. So I have a pop quiz for our students, new and returning students. Who can tell me, when's the first day of school? All right, Monday, the 22nd, thank you. What time? 8:30, all right, very good. So we do anticipate there may be a little bit of traffic or congestion. Usually there is on the first day of school, so please take that into consideration. Maybe leave home early to make sure that you are, or that you do arrive at Carnegie by 8:30. We do have a lot of administrative business and membership. We'll go over parts of our handbook, which every student will receive a brand new handbook. And it includes a lot of great information that your students will need to know. And for parents, it's also listed on our website, carnegievanguard.com. Just look under students, you'll see student handbook. All right, and as was mentioned by Ms. Calzada, Thursday evening, 6:30, the PTO will kick off our open house. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll have parents to report to advocacy. So if your students have, updated their password, they can get into their email account, they can find their schedules. If you're a private school student, hopefully all of that will be activated by the district on Monday morning. After advocacy, we will have a classroom rotation from periods 1 through 7. We're expecting approximately 875 students. So our parking cannot accommodate everyone who might want to come. But it will be a hybrid situation. So we know that many parents of our freshmen may want to visit the school and see it in person. So we certainly welcome you, but everyone else who you have the option to actually attend a virtual open house. So I will send a phone notification with more information on how to access open house on Thursday, starting at 6:30. And it'll last until approximately 8:30 on Thursday night, August the 25th. All right, we want to open things up for if you have any questions, and you have representatives from administration here, from our PTO, we have returning parents, and we have students here, mostly from grades 11 and 12. So don't be shy. If you have any questions, then please raise your hand and we'll call on you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, usually for open house, it's mostly parents who attend, but I believe we may have a sign-up genius just so that we can anticipate how many participants will be here. You're welcome. Ms. Mooney has something.
Good morning again. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand per magnet rules and the district. If you're not here on the first day of school, then at this point your seat will be forfeited. So it is really, really important that you attend the first day of school. If for any reason you're not able to come on that day or something happened, please call the school and email me so I can give you the process for you to be able to re-enroll in the school. Because automatically, if you're not here, the seat will be forfeited, whatever the reason. So it is really important that you're here on the first day of school. So that's what I wanted to let you know. The other part that I wanted also to inform you about is, as incoming parents and incoming students, we have what we call the 9th grade email, which is a glance at a week for every subject for 9th graders. And so it informs you what is going to happen in the next week, and also all the tests and everything. So it is a very useful tool for the students and the parents to get familiar with how the school functions, the classes they have, what they need to do. We sent multiple emails with the information of how to actually be part of this 9th grade email. If you do not have it, if you have not already registered for it, please let me know, email me, and I'll send you all the information again so you can be part of this 9th grade. All right, now questions again?
It looks like our student tour guides did a fantastic job. Thank you. Looking around, any questions? Any questions? Yes, please. Thank you so much for mentioning that, and I'm gonna extend that be patient for the first week. I'm gonna say maybe 2 weeks, or maybe longer, but as you can imagine, our routing and scheduling department will do their best to become more and more efficient. And there's usually a lot of traffic, especially on the first day of school. So yes, please be patient. If you run into an issue where a bus hasn't picked up, if you will please call the school number, which is 713-732-3690. You can find that on our school website, carnegievanguard.com. And please notify us, and we will assist you as best that we can in finding out if the bus has actually made that stop, if they have come maybe at a different time, or so on and so forth. We will try our best to accommodate you. Thank you so much.
However, for the first day of school again, please be ready to bring your child to school in case the bus doesn't come on time or just went through before you actually went. There's many different reasons why the bus is not coming. I just want also to inform you that for buses, you should have received a call from the department and the transportation department to let you know what is your route as well as your stop. They are short staffed. They have more than 700 routes and they only have 500 and some drivers. So they're consolidating a lot of routes and will not allow for any changes. So we tried for we had demands from parents, saying this is not working, blah, blah, and I tried many times to get them to change it. They are adamant, they will not change it. They cannot change it. They don't have enough drivers. So they were waiting for at least the first 2 weeks to see which route is not used, which stop is not used, and then they will change it. And at this point, they will accept probably some changes. But for the first 2 weeks, they will not accept any change. So I just wanted to let you know that. And at the same time, be ready to bring your child to school if the bus didn't pass or didn't come on time or any other reasons, at least for the first day.
No, I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay. We do have a carpool Facebook group that is run by one of the PTO committee chairs, Jackie, who also runs the store. So please be patient if you're trying to sign up for it, because we do try to be pretty strict on moderating who gets in to make sure that nobody creepy tries to sign up, as I'm sure you all appreciate. It's called Rhino Rides. I'm happy to help guide you there, as any of the board can help. But that is one way to try to find carpooling. If anyone has a better way to do that, we are open to it. It's that's been kind of a tricky thing because of, confidentiality. I will say personally, I've heard from other students, and then my own son, even though we live fairly close, Metro has been a fairly more reliable, unfortunately, way of getting by. They get a student pass. It's inexpensive. Obviously, it depends where you live, your child, up to you, but that is also something to look into depending on your situation. So if you haven't considered that.
All right, we have made considerable efforts to make sure that everything is prepared for Monday morning. So if you are a new student, I know we have the majority of freshmen here with us today and maybe a few sophomores. If you did not have access or do not have access to your email or your schedule, you will receive that on Monday morning. As you come in, there are posters posted throughout the building indicating advocacy assignments based on your last name. So everyone comes in at the very front of the building, and there are posters illustrating which advocate you will attend in the classroom based on your last name. Our building hours are 7:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. So you're welcome to arrive anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30. Breakfast will be served during that time, and then we will start in advocacy, and students will get additional information. We do have mostly an 80-minute lunch on at least 4 days of the week, and Thursdays it's 70 minutes. So students have enough time to have a meal, participate in club and organizations, go to tutorials with teachers, so on and so forth. Our dismissal is at 4:10, and there's an organized system that we do have for HISD buses. Students will report to the gym, and they will look at the monitor, which is on the back wall in front of us. And all students do need to know their bus route number. And again, you should have received that from HISD Transportation. That doesn't come from the school, it comes from HISD's Transportation. So we probably have about 11 buses. Each bus has multiple stops. Mr. Seha, our IT guy, and myself assist with afternoon bus transportation. With the 11 buses and multiple different routes on each bus, we don't necessarily know all the stops, but we do know the bus route numbers. So please make sure for your students who ride HISD bus transportation that they know the bus route number. All of those route numbers are posted on the monitors in black and white. And we do some prep work prior to 4:10. Mr. Seha and I will record the buses. We will put them in order. If the buses are here, then they will be highlighted on the monitors. That tells the students that they can then proceed from the gym out through these doors, out through the black metal gates onto Genesee Street. We have magnets that are placed on the black metal doors, indicating where their particular bus route is in order. So we want to make sure it's an efficient process, that it's organized and very self-explanatory for us. All right, do we have any questions now? Any questions? Oh, yes, please.
Repeat the question.
So bus, they told us that they will send us the bus pass. I still don't have them. So I guess on Monday, you do not need the bus pass. You just go in. When they will send it to us, I will distribute them. And then as soon as they have the bus pass, then they won't be able to take the buses if they don't have it. So please make sure that you keep the bus passes. It's a very quiet process. Any other questions? Anything you would like to know?
Right there. Total classes do they take?
Per day? They have 7 classes per day, on Monday, Tuesday, on Friday, and then on the block days. Then one day they have 3 days on 3 classes on Wednesdays because they have a long ethnicity period, and on Friday, on Thursday they have 4.
So show of hands for incoming students who do know their schedule. Show of hands, raise your hands if you know your schedule. Okay, very good. For our new students, you're welcome to take another tour of the school. If you want to go period by period, as Ms. Mumni stated, the first 30 minutes of Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, that is advocacy. So if you want to familiarize yourself with the different classrooms, locations throughout the building, you're welcome to do so, and then go from period to period 1 through 7. All right, so we have plenty of coffee here, so if you'd like to get some coffee for the road, you're certainly welcome to do so. And if there are no additional questions, we definitely look forward to seeing our students. At what time Monday? 8:30, all right, thank you so much. Thank you for visiting, and if you happen to think of any questions, feel free to email. Thank you for coming.